everybody, this is Eric at Learn Design with Eric, and I just wanted to show you something that I just got for myself that is hella cool. It's like this little pencil for iPad. See if I can get it to focus for you. But it's a K11 pencil, and I got it on Amazon. I think it was like 32 bucks. So it's literally 1/3 the price of the Apple Pencil. And as far as I can tell, I think it pretty much works the same. You know, it probably has a few functions that it doesn't, you know, that aren't exactly the same. It charges with a USB Type-C, which is handy if you have a MacBook, because that's what the MacBook uses for power. And this is the actual pencil. It's weighted quite well. Super sensitive. You just tap it to turn it on. See a little blue light on there. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, and it's got a flat edge on it, so it won't roll off the table. It'll stop itself, which is super handy. And I just store it in the back of my iPad case here. But let me just show you kind of how functional it is. It is really cool. I'm super impressed by it. So let me change the camera angle, and then you can take a look at how it functions. All right, everybody. So I got my Apple my K11 compatible with iPads 2018 release and later. So as long as you have a standard iPad 2018 or newer, you're good, or an iPad Pro. And so I'm going to use Adobe Fresco here and just kind of show you how it works. It is pretty impressive. Doesn't really matter. Current screen size, sure. So you know, obviously, make sure it's on. It'll kind of turn itself off after a few seconds if you don't, or not a few seconds, but maybe a minute, I think, if you don't use it. But just to show you kind of how well it works, I mean, you can draw straight down with it, and I've got a little bit thicker, you know, point than I thought I did. But anyway, so here's a 4-point line, right? So you can just draw with it like that. You can also shade with it like you can with a real pencil, and it's super responsive. I mean, you can, and with it, if you're using it, it does not pick up your hand, so you can, you know, draw like you would with a piece of paper. You can crosshatch with it. You know, I mean, it's just, I'm super impressed by it. Show you something really quick here that's kind of cool. So let's place a photo. I'm just gonna grab a random photo here from my selection. My cute dog. Look at Lily. She's so cute. This is the cutest ever. How can you not love a face like that? So that's Lily. And Lily can get, you could use her as a guide to paint her, for instance. So you can eyedropper, say, that space right there, and then you can use a pixel brush, create a new layer, just like you do in Photoshop. And let's make it a little thinner in size for doing a little bit of, I'm gonna change kind of the opacity of it. It's at 100% good. And we can zoom in on this thing and kind of use it to make sure that I actually have this sampled properly. So I sampled that. Sample this. Long press with your finger or your canvas to access the eyedropper tool. Long press with the touch shortcut is enabled. Okay, good. That's too thick of a brush. Smaller. That's pretty awesome. That long touch feature. I'm learning as I go, people. probably should apply a fill to the bottom layer, but just to show you kind of what I just did with the drawing tool. So if I had applied a fill underneath this, I'd be a long ways to seeing more of Lily's face. But I'm gonna probably finish this piece, so at some point when I get done with redrawing my little girl here, I will show you what I did. Pretty cool stuff with this pencil and with Adobe Fresco, so very impressed by it. So obviously you can use your finger, but just look at the difference in precision. This is a real thick stroke. Let's go for something a little thinner. I mean, you can write with it. So, I mean, it's just all the way around super impressive. You can use it for notes or whatever you want to do. But I'm thinking that for me, I'm loving this thing for drawing. I was just having a lot of fun the other day doing some cross-hatching and, you know, playing around with it. So, super responsive. And so far, the battery life has been quite good. I haven't had to recharge it since I got it. So, it's got a real nice weight to it. Feels very comfortable to use. I mean, it's literally just like the same diameter as like a Ticonderoga. And then the other thing it does is it comes with a bunch of different tips. So when you wear your tip out, you just put a new tip in, which is pretty cool too. Just a lot to love about this little thing. This little cap's designed to go over the end to protect your tip if you're worried about it. But I just store it in my iPad case, so it hasn't been a problem for me. Thanks for joining me today at Learn Design with Eric.